Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And I'll say hello, Kenzie. Okay, so I just wanted to make this video because I do feel like sometimes just a sit down, simple video is okay as well. Like I don't have to do all of the mad edits and the cuts and the titles and the I do have an exciting vlog coming up that I'm still going to take. It's a travel vlog, it's a travel Naomi. What I just wanted to share with you is that I have just been in a weird space in my life, and that is a transitioning phase where I find myself feeling very lonely a lot of the time. Not because like I don't have people, like there are people, I do have a support system, but sometimes I feel lonely because there's a lot of stuff that I am dealing with on a personal level and internally that I have to just get through by myself, if that makes sense. And I'm not the type of person to reach out or to mope for too long because I also just feel guilty. I don't like putting my stuff on other people. Like, I didn't want to treat YouTube as a performance space. I want to show up as me, as a human being. I'm just kind of finding my community here. So if you vibe with me, then cool. If you don't, then that's also okay. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, where I'm sure you'll love that content. But yeah, I have to be me. I have to be me. Like, I also feel these days with social media, we don't talk enough about the in-between spaces. Like, you always only see people when they are thriving, mostly. You mostly see people when they're thriving and when they're doing well. And for people kind of just observing and watching and consuming, it's very difficult to still then live your life and not compare to other people or to people that you see online. Maybe people like me, and you think that we just have this perfect life and everything is amazing and your life is crap. That is the furthest thing from the truth, I promise you, because as I sit here, I am dealing with so much that I can't talk about publicly. But the one saving grace I feel I have is what I do. Like, at least I love what I do. Like, I genuinely love waking up every day and doing what I love, like being creative, just pouring my energy into building something that can sustain long after I'm gone. The things kind of that I'm dealing with is I'm actively trying to break generational patterns. And if you have done that before and you're in the process of doing that, you know how difficult it can be and how you can be perceived and how you are most of the time perceived as the villain, when all you're trying to do is heal and just move forward and create space for new experiences for your future bloodline. Do you know what I mean? And you just have to keep that in mind, like when you are on your mission, because you will. And I talk about comparison because I also do it. I've been in the game for like 10 years now, and you can't help sometimes but to look at the younger generations coming up and, think, yo, like, what if I just get phased out? What if I just become completely irrelevant? What if people don't care about me anymore, etc., etc.? But that's a very toxic way of thinking, and it's very easy to go down that rabbit hole. And I encourage you not to, because naturally it will happen and it's okay, But being irrelevant doesn't mean that you are not still serving your purpose. Maybe your purpose is beyond having clout and being relevant and constantly having to keep up with new trends and just, it's exhausting. Like, especially if you've been doing this for as long as I have. And I think that's been the one mindset that I've been actively getting out of, is to just focus on what I'm doing and my mission and kind of move forward and have blinkers on. When I started in this space, a lot of people gravitated towards me because of my authenticity and because I just, what you saw is what you got. And I think over time I lost that a bit because I just tried to always be this person that people expected me to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I was maybe always doing pranks and always doing funny videos, I felt like I couldn't do anything else because people wouldn't honor the other pieces of me that I never showed. What I can say is that I'm still super sensitive. I care deeply about things that I probably shouldn't really care about. I am an active people pleaser. I am in people pleaser recovery. I've been a people pleaser my whole life. And when I say that, I mean, I have just kind of been conditioned to always put other people first. When you get out of that, you become the villain. You know, when you get out of people pleaser mode, you automatically become the villain. But like I said, you just have to move with the best intention and know why you are doing things and where you are going. And if people don't understand that, then that's okay. You will meet people along the way that will understand that and will help you get to your next destination. I'm saying this because I felt so much guilt for not, like simply, I felt so much guilt for not posting on YouTube. Like, oh my word, like people are going to be upset with me. People are going to like, and I'm like, actually, I don't think people care that much. Like, I'm overthinking it. And yeah, just constantly people pleasing when it came to every aspect of my life, you know, decisions and movements and places to go and what to wear. Now I'm finally in a space where I'm thinking, yo, what do I actually like? What do I actually want to do? Where do I want to go? What do I want to say? What kind of voice do I want to have? You know, it's a lot of introspection that you have to do. Yo, I thought someone was knocking at the door now. So I always lean towards comedy and performing because it automatically makes you more likable. And I use it as a shield, you know, for the longest time, even through my content. I genuinely do love being comedic and entertaining, don't get me wrong. But when I feel like I am kind of like a performing monkey, that's how I started to feel like I was a performing monkey. And people just expected me to have this button to press and there I must perform. Like even when people met me in person, they were surprised at how different my energy was compared to my online presence. They're like, yo, you're actually quite chill. I thought, so I'm like, what do you expect? You expect me to be jumping off the walls? Like, what do you actually expect of me? Like, I am a multi-dimensional person. Like, I have so many different sides to me that you guys haven't even seen. But hopefully, you know, you can get to get to see it over time. If you are finding yourself in a space, in the same space as me, where you are trying to transition into the next phase of your life, where you just want to be better, you want to do better, you have more planned for your life than what others maybe have envisioned for you, those visions and those dreams aren't put there for nothing. They are put there because you have a capability of achieving them. You need to trust me on this. Like, you have a capability of achieving everything that you envision for your life or something that you feel in your heart, you know? And I encourage you to move forth with that feeling and don't lose it, because as you get older and over time, the color just starts to change in life and you start to see things for what they really are. You know, for a long time, I kind of had these rose-colored sunglasses on and I saw everything through that lens. Like, I didn't believe that people could be malicious. I didn't believe that people could backstab you. I didn't believe that people could lie. I didn't believe that people could have ill intent for you. But you have to see things for what they are. And for a long time, like, I was angry about it. I'm like, how can people do this to me if I wouldn't do that to them? But you have to know that everyone's at a different stage of their life. And I don't hold any hate or grudge or anything towards anybody, because I acknowledge that they are in a certain space in their life and they won't be able to understand me because they're not in my space and I'm not in theirs. Do you know what I mean? So don't get upset with people if they do you wrong. Like, yeah, you can get upset with them, but don't give it more energy than what it needs, because that's where they win. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can feel sad, you can sit in it, you can feel sad, it's okay. But don't give more energy to it, like especially to something that you can't control. Because at the end of the day, you can't control what other people are going to do. You can only control how you react. I lean a lot more into comedy when I am feeling sad, because that's my coping mechanism. Like, I lean a lot into comedy and I'll post a lot more. But I'm also trying not to do that. Like, I know that was my coping mechanism before, but I'm trying to consciously work through stuff myself and to sit with the emotions and to self-regulate. And yeah, because you have to deal with this stuff. Like, you can't run from it forever, I know this video is all over the place, but I didn't really sit down with much of a plan. I just kind of put the camera on and I just started filming. If you have any questions for me, then leave them down below. Then I can answer them in another one of these sit down videos. Like, any questions that you have for me, I don't know. But nothing, you know what questions not to ask. Okay, you know what questions not to ask. But if you have questions, then ask them. But don't ask those questions. Okay. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.